is not to just think, hey, I'm just going to get my product on Amazon and it's going to sell.
Yeah.
Really have to understand Amazon, keywords, optimization, imagery. All those are really, really important, and understanding how Amazon's algorithms really work is key. But for us, one of the biggest things we did, and one of the things that paid off, was a constant focus on quality and consumer satisfaction.
Okay.
So, really touching that consumer in every way possible and letting them know that, hey, we're a small business, we're in the US, we're mission oriented, we actually care. We're not about just selling a product, we're about really supporting a cause and being there for the consumer. So, even to this day, now that our company's grown and we have, many, many employees, I still take care of many of the Amazon inquiries.
Yeah.
Because those customers are so key. It's all about the reviews when it comes to Amazon. And if you don't accumulate the most perfect reviews from the beginning, your entire business is likely going to be at jeopardy. So an amazing focus on reviews and customer satisfaction early on is really, really key.
And do you guys do any?
We're really on a mission to eliminate plastic from shopping. So if you look at the statistics globally, there's over 160,000 plastic bags that are used every second.
Wow. Wow.
Right? Think about that. There's enough plastic thrown away that circles the earth 4 times. We're literally suffocating our planet.
Yeah.
And it's happening right before our eyes. There's more with all the plastic that's been thrown into the oceans. It doesn't go anywhere. All the plastic ever produced is still here, hasn't gone anywhere. And there's more plastics now in the ocean than there are stars in the Milky Way.
Wow.
So think about that for a second. We've caused that all in the last, 30, 40 years. We've caused all that waste. So it's really become fundamental for us to educate people, to also help people. These are easy habits that we can all change. When people use their trolley bags, something in their mind lights up, because not only is it eco-friendly and you can feel good, but it's better, easier, faster, more organized. It's now a system for them to use that makes their life easier, and they could eliminate all that plastic bag waste. So yeah, as a child, it depends how young, but I actually grew up in Iran. And we were in the middle of the Iran-Iraq war when we were growing up. So we literally remember having to run into the basement because there was bombs going off in our neighborhood. So as close to our house as possible. So as a child, you just didn't really, it was fun, whatever. It was fun. You really didn't even think about it.
Yeah. That was just normal life for you. Like it wasn't even, wow.
No, it was just, I remember multiple times having to do that. And as an adult now, I put myself in the mindset of my parents and my mom, and I couldn't even imagine right now having to just run my kids into the basement because I was worried about my entire neighborhood blowing up.
That's incredible. That is incredible.
Yeah, it was unique period, I guess, for me.
How long did you live in Iran for?
I was a young child, so I think I was only there till I was the age of 5, and then we fled and went to Germany as refugees, and then from there we went to Canada.
Okay.
And that's where I lived for the last 30 years until I moved to California.
Okay, that's great. And at what point did you pick up the entrepreneurial bug? I mean, it's interesting. We've had a lot of people on the show, and it always seems like people that have those early struggles in life always seem to be the ones that develop the drive to make themselves better. So obviously you had a interesting upbringing for sure. So do you think that played into some of it at all?
Yeah, I think when we moved to Canada, my father, who was a professor and electrical engineer, had to start his life from scratch, and not having anything, he really had to figure out how to work for himself. So he was very entrepreneurial. He started his own electrical company.
Wow.
Grew that, got into the theater business, and managed and owned, operated movie theaters in Canada. And that's when I really started to love the entrepreneurial side, and having your own
So,
business.
you're exposed to it pretty early, so that's fantastic. And I actually used to have my own electrical contracting company too, so I can certainly identify with that side of things. But yeah, so talk about some of the first companies, because you've done a few different companies now, or you've started a couple of different companies. What was the first one, and what was the inspiration to get it started?
Yeah, the first company was an advertising company, and I really just saw a big. I did my master's in finance and was going to get into finance and trading. Really, just didn't jive with that mindset, a zero-sum game, and I got into advertising and saw it as a really a lucrative vehicle, but also very interesting and very opportunistic for me in my career, and quickly started doing things the right way and targeting large corporates to try to get them to advertise to the ethnic population rather than typical direct to consumer, very focused on certain ethnicities. And that did very well. I grew and operated that business for about 10 years until I sold it several years back. And then I got into the real estate business, love real estate, did fix and flips and development. And then my wife and I got the opportunity to really do something, a passion project with Lotus Trolley Bags, and create a solution for ourselves and millions of consumers. And ever since then, I've been doing that every day, all day. And it's something I wake up loving to do and excited about.
So
we're making an impact.
So was it your guys' idea to develop Lotus Trolley Bags?
That's right. My wife and I, about 3.5 years ago, we really got fed up of all the plastic clutter and waste in our home. We kept going to the store. California was implementing a plastic bag ban, but it wasn't solving the problem. We were getting more plastic bags, thicker plastic bags that were still accumulating in our house, and now we were just paying for them. So it didn't solve the problem. The ban didn't solve the problem. It just made people pay for thicker bags. So we really wanted it all in one system. So we wanted to get rid of all those plastic bags and have one set that works perfectly as a system, is also washable. So our bags are very unique. We created a concept in a bag called the Lotus Trolley Bag that spreads out on the top of your shopping cart, kind of like an accordion. Think of filing cabinets for your shopping cart. It has these rods that go across the top and hold the bags upright and open in the shopping cart. So now it allows you to pack, sort, organize as you're shopping straight into bags that are already open in the shopping cart. And then when you get to the checkout, you can pack, sort, organize. It makes it faster, easier, and then each bag separates out. So you can use it as a set of 4, or you can use it as an individual bag. But it really has changed the entire game of grocery shopping. And every time we shop with it, it's hilarious, because 5 to 10 people stop us every time, are like, what are those? What's that concept? Like, who designed, oh my God. But people are always astonished, and they're like, wow, what a simple concept. Why didn't I think of that?
I'm sure.
And it's been a great journey ever since. And we've grown.
So talk a little bit about that design process. Did you have any consumer product design experience or anything like that? Or how did you go about coming up with that idea and then manufacturing that idea, taking it to the next level?
Yeah, as I said, we really wanted to solve our own problems. So we started to design this and study every type of bag that we can get our hands on and find all the features that we would want in that bag. After designing and coming up with a prototype, I went overseas to try to source this and design this. We were initially going to purchase 1,000 bags, just test the market. Once I was overseas and spent all this time and effort designing it and diving deep, I decided to call my wife and say, honey, I purchased the whole container.
You went all in, huh? That's great. How many were in the container?
So we purchased over 5,500 units.
Wow. Wow.
And really it was all our savings
Yeah.
dumped in without proof of concept, without really anything but our gut, and
Yeah.
knowing that this was a major problem in the industry. We came back, I studied Amazon, I became an expert in Amazon
Hmm.
while the manufacturer was getting the product ready. We thought this was going to be inventory for 4 months. We put it up on Amazon. In 12 days, we sold out.
Wow. Wow. That's great.
And we were just over the moon. Our video got picked up by a website called bestproducts.com, and it just lit up and
Wow. Well,
created just,
congratulations.
thank
That is
you.
cool. That is very cool. So how did you, so one of the challenges that I've always felt, um, you're selling this product on Amazon, which obviously today everybody is very uh, instantaneous gratification. They want it right now. Did you run into any issues as far as um, being able to fulfill the orders because the things were still being made, and were you taking orders? I guess you could say pre-orders before the product was even in the States to be able to even ship out. Did you run into any issues with
Yeah,
that?
so that was a challenge for the first, I would say, 2 years. We were selling faster than we could make it,
Yeah,
or at
yeah,
least had the money to make it
yeah,
in some situations. So it's all part of a business and managing that timeline. But yeah, when you bring products from overseas, it does take you anywhere between 5 to 9 weeks
yeah,
for it to get here,
yep,
and then you have to spend another week to 2 weeks trying to get it to Amazon and ready to go.
hmm,
So you really have to forecast, and that is an ongoing challenge, I would say, in any business that's growing, especially online or Amazon. You really have to forecast and know what's going to happen 2 or 3 months in advance,
yeah,
and it's very hard to do that. But you're not going to get it right. There's 100% chance you're not going to get it perfect,
yeah.
but you at least want to get it close enough so that you have consumers that are happy and a business that's thriving.
Yeah, that makes perfect sense. Can you give us any techniques or tips that you've learned on selling on Amazon? Any how-tos or things that you see people commonly mistakes you see people commonly making?
Yeah, very good question. I really dove deep on Amazon when I was in the middle of manufacturing, and that was
Hmm.
probably the best thing I did. Is not to just think, hey, I'm just going to get my product on Amazon and it's going to sell.
Yeah,
Really have to understand Amazon keywords, optimization, imagery. All those are really, really important, and understanding how Amazon's algorithms really work is key.
uh-huh.
But for us, one of the biggest things we did, and one of the things that paid off, was a constant focus on quality and consumer satisfaction.
Okay.
So, really touching that consumer in every way possible and letting them know that, hey, we're a small business, we're in the US, we're mission oriented, we
Yeah,
actually care. We're not about just selling a product, we're about really supporting a cause and being there for the consumer. So even to this day, now that our company's grown and we have many employees, I still take care of many of the Amazon inquiries
yeah.
because those customers are so key. It's all about the reviews when it comes
Hmm.
to Amazon.
Hmm.
And if you don't accumulate the most perfect reviews from the beginning, your entire business is
Yeah, there's
likely going to
problems.
be at jeopardy. So an amazing focus on reviews and customer satisfaction early on
Hmm.
is really, really key.
And do you guys do any type of, I've received products and then like a thank you note afterwards, or even maybe thank you note inside the package. Are those the types of things you're talking about? Just to, relatively inexpensive things to do, but it just kind of gives you that little, bump in, satisfaction or experience. Do you guys do anything like that?
I think that is really important. I think personalizing the product and the experience and sharing the brand story is more important than any time in history, right? People want to know, what is the story, what is the mission, what is the purpose behind this product?
Yeah.
Yes, it's a product, but how can I relate to it? is this for us? We're a husband and wife team, right? We're doing this for a mission and sustainability. So talking to that consumer and letting them know that, hey, we're here for you. If there's ever any issues, please reach out to us. We're normal people just like you and your family, and we're here to support you. But yes, we do use a service called Jump Send, where we send an email straight to the consumer a few days after they get it, thanking them for it, letting them know we're here, letting them support us. Personally, we don't ask for that review. We want the product and the experience to speak for that. Many people, I think, make the common mistake to just send an email and ask for that review without anything else.
Yeah.
I think, the story needs to speak louder than the request.
That makes sense. Yeah, makes perfect sense. I love that. So you've mentioned the mission a few times. Talk a little bit about the mission, with your product here.
Yeah, so with our trolley bags and also our reusable produce, Lotus reusable produce bags, we're really on a mission to eliminate plastic from shopping. So if you look at the statistics globally, there's over 160,000 plastic bags that are used every second.
Wow.
Right? Think about that. There's enough plastic thrown away that circles the earth 4 times. We're literally suffocating our planet.
Yeah.
And it's happening right before our eyes. There's more with all the plastic that's been thrown into the oceans. It doesn't go anywhere. All the plastic ever produced is still here, hasn't gone anywhere. And there's more plastics now in the ocean than there are stars in the Milky Way.
Wow.
So think about that for a second. We've caused that all in the last, 30, 40 years. We've caused all that waste. So it's really become fundamental for us to educate people, to also help people. These are easy habits that we can all change. When people use their trolley bags, something in their mind lights up, because not only is it eco-friendly and you can feel good, but it's better, easier, faster, more organized. It's now a system for them to use that makes their life easier, and they could eliminate all that plastic bag waste. So they say the average consumer uses over 1,500 plastic bags a year.
Wow.
One family uses 1,500 plastic bags. One of our Lotus trolley bags, along with our Lotus produce bags, can eliminate all that waste. So that just goes to show you how important it is to make small little changes. And that's really our mission, is to help people make small little changes that help them be eco-friendly and also make their lives easier.
Yeah, no, makes sense. And that's exactly why it's so important to, use eco-friendly products. That's incredible. I'd never heard of the statistic that there's more plastic in the ocean than there are stars in the Milky Way. That's crazy. That's right? Crazy. Yeah. So what are your products made out of?
So we make it out of a non-woven fabric. Part of our products are made from recycled plastics. Our focus has been to make products that can be literally used hundreds of times. So it's all about the life cycle of a product, right? From birth to the grave. Like, how long can that product last for me to make the most impact?
Yeah.
Right. So when you get a tote that is reusable, even though you can reuse it, the average person only reuses it maybe 5 times, 10 times.
Yeah.
Right. We're hardly reusing it. And it's such a waste. So that's why it's important for us to make products that can literally be washed and reused hundreds of times. So for our reusable produce bags, you can hold over 20 pounds, 30 pounds in these produce bags.
Wow.
And sling them around, right? We could have made a much cheaper produce bag and maybe a little more affordable. But at the end of the day, we want something people can use hundreds of times, not dozens of times. And that's where you make the real impact, is one bag that replaces all those bags in your home. So the average reusable bag, for example, has a 60 GSM fabric.
Yeah.
We use 120.
Oh, wow.
So our manufacturer, who's been in the bag industry for years, said, I've never made a bag this thick. Are you sure you want to make that?
Yeah.
And that's part of the reason why we've been successful and build a brand around Lotus, is because our bags definitely have that longevity to make that impact, which is so close to our mission.
Talk a little bit about why you named the company Lotus. Where did that come from? Is there a story behind that?
Yeah. So one, the bags spread open like a lotus in the shopping cart.
Okay.
But a lotus is a beautiful flower that grows in the dirty, mucky waters and creates something beautiful out of that dirtiness. So, a little bit of symbolism between, our bags growing in the just disaster of plastic waste, and creating a solution that can make an impact.
I love that. I love that. What's next for you guys? Are you looking at any other products, or what's up next?
Yeah, I think our company Lotus Sustainables is all around sustainability, and we're really trying to become synonymous with the trolley bag, this concept, and with our Lotus produce bags, and show retailers also that, hey, this is a product that can make an impact on your bottom line, but also supports your sustainability initiative. So we're really going narrow and deep, but it's all around sustainability and shopping and helping to eliminate plastic from that shopping experience.
Yeah, I love it. I love it. Like we said earlier, I'm a huge proponent of not using plastic as much as possible. So kudos for you guys for jumping in and taking the initiative to tackle that head on. If somebody wanted to learn more about your products or order your products, how would they go about finding them?
Yeah, I would just say Google Lotus Trolley Bag, or you can go to lotus-sustainables.com, or you can always search us on Amazon also at Lotus Trolley Bag, just to see the concept. I encourage people to see the concept, because it is much different than anything you've ever seen. And it really just completely revolutionizes the way people shop. And then at the same time, they could search for Lotus produce bags too. We make a mesh version, and then we have a 100% organic cotton version that's become very popular. But just another tool, and another also a great gift item that consumers can really run with, and make an impact and feel good about.
Does anybody customize the bags too, or is
we
there
do we do a lot of customization also, so we can put branding on there. They make great promotional items, and we've done that in a big way, and they make great gifts for employees, customers, and it also shows the companies that are customizing, they're showing that they care about the environment, right? They care about sustainability, and this is something that people use every week. Think about that. So most promotional products you may use a few times, or maybe a t-shirt you use, you wear every month, or so on. But this is something you're not only using every week, but hundreds of people are seeing every week as you shop with them.
And as you mentioned, talking about them, when you go shopping with them, everybody else is looking at them as well. So
right.
Yeah, no, that's great. That's great. No, Farzan, this has been fantastic. I love the story. Love how you guys have grown this, and wish you nothing but success in the future.
Hey, thank you for the support, and appreciate you supporting the mission.
No problem.